be seeing a lot more disaster strike with all the, from what I understand, the polar ice caps melting and whatnot.
Well, I definitely think climate change will have a very, very large impact on our future. It's been documented, it's been proven, and overall, it's happening. There's not much we can do to stop it from happening. While I do believe it's a natural process, we are accelerating it through artificial means. It will definitely impact our future, and it may likely even cause an extinction event.
It will impact us quite a bit, but not enough in like my lifetime or your lifetime.
I mean, there are many measures to switch to green cars, to get rid of aerosols. Every little bit helps. And I feel that if we all pitched in, if we all really dedicated ourselves to the task, I feel that we could definitely fix this, climate change trend.
I think we could do a lot more like biking and walking to work, especially in the big cities where pollution is like the highest.
Stopping all these corporations from polluting our air with their chemicals is definitely a good start. It's not an easy fix, obviously, but we can all become more energy conservative and definitely put limitations on what companies can do, if not getting rid of what they're doing.
A lot of people are not going to want to go to school if tuition is really high. I know before Burlington College, I went to a school that had a very high tuition, and I have friends that are almost $100,000 in debt just from undergrad, and that's without grad school.
Enough people would be able to afford to go to school. It would basically just increase this divide between educated and non-educated, and that would lead into jobs being either unfulfilled or only fulfilled by certain people with certain talents or certain rights to college.
College certification would become something a bit archaic. It would become comparable to, say, an apprenticeship system where it's not necessary anymore. You know, I mean, if someone says, I apprenticed under so-and-so nowadays, everyone says, cool, where's your diploma? In the future, that might change, so, I have a diploma from here. Oh, okay, you paid money for that, now where are your skills?
A lot of people are going to want to, they're going to have to take minimum wage jobs, or now I guess it's a living wage. So a lot more people are going to be looking for those jobs, and then there will just be way too many people, and not everybody's going to be able to get one. But that's the only way they're going to be able to get a job, is if they go for the lower wage jobs, because their qualifications are not up to snuff.
Should fund colleges more, because as it stands right now, they have almost completely cut funding. And in the 1950s, everyone was talking about how cheap college is, how everyone can go get a college degree now. That was the baby boomer generation, and now they've raised children who believe that they need to all go to college. And things have changed since then. The government has cut the amount of funding it's given to schools overall. And what that does is that forces them to raise the cost of tuition, which is a very bad thing in my opinion. I feel Americans are somewhat education phobic at this point, and that's not like a sweeping statement. That's more towards the overall attitude of the government.
Schools should reevaluate as to how they're teaching and what they're raising money for. If your money's going towards sports and a new football field, I don't think that should have precedence over expanding education or books and courses.
I think schools just need to offer more aid. I mean, I know a lot of them offer so much aid to people, but I think there are other ways that they can offer aid, not just with work study or scholarships. I think there are a lot of ways the state can offer aid, and which they already do, and maybe even a nationwide aid. That could be something that would help a lot.
If it keeps going like that, we're going to have to look elsewhere for resources, or I'm a big proponent of colonizing Mars, but it might be a little far-fetched for now. I just think it's going to too much. Too many people are gonna be unemployed. It's gonna create a lot of distrusts within communities, and again, the whole classism thing.
People are going to be living on top of each other, and so many people are going to be like needing to work, and it's just going to be too much.
I believe that as well. I mean, overpopulation is a big deal right now. We're overpopulated as is, and it's a very simple question. I mean, you have a crate of food and you have a big gallon of water, and you crowd a bunch of people into a room. The more people you have in that room, the less everyone's going to get. And ultimately, I think that's going to very negatively affect our economy, and eventually it's going to be a huge problem.
I'm personally not one for governing and controlling populaces, but if these revolutions in the Middle East are any sign, I think serious change is going to happen within the government to accommodate all these people.
Governing an overpopulated world would require a great deal of strength, there's no question, because not everyone's going to get their own. The earth just can't sustain that amount of resources, and that's a huge problem. That's just the way things would be. It would mean a lot of very, very difficult choices for whatever government is in place, and that would lead to... And those difficult choices will often lead to somebody getting the very, very short end of the stick, and in turn that would lead to strikes, rioting. It wouldn't be a pretty world.
Definitely global warming and environmentals. Earth is important. It's where we get all our resources, and it's where we're from.
I would say the increased tuition. College is really important, no matter like what people say, like, oh, college isn't important. It really is. It's where you grow as a young adult. And
Overpopulation. It is easily the most immediate of issues, and I say that fully well agreeing that global warming is a massive problem. Climate change is a massive problem, and it will impact our distant future. And it is impacting us right now, but overpopulation would decimate ecosystems, because we'd have to get food somewhere. It would decimate our own societies, because who's going to govern them, as previously mentioned. I feel that overpopulation is an issue that needs to be addressed in the direct immediacy, right now, and global warming should come immediately afterwards.